Am I the asshole for telling my sister-in-law that I will call the cops for child abandonment the moment she steps out of the house? Me, 25 male, my brother Jack, 27 male, and his wife Jill, 25 female. It all started when Jack and Jill got pregnant. It's too easy. I'm not doing anything with that one. Their lease almost ended, and my parents invited them to stay at our house. The day they came, Jack asked me why I haven't moved out of my room yet. I was confused, like what the fuck? And he told me that he and Jill will be in my room, and I will go to the guest room. I refused, but my parents got mad. We got into a fight. I lost and ended up in a much smaller guest room. Now, there is an edit to this story that I need to go ahead and mention now because it will clear a lot of things up. Edit: I work from home and pay 50% of all household expenses, including mortgage. Jack and Jill don't contribute anything for expenses. Okay, game on. Then Jill had a problem with my cooking. I eat scrambled eggs with mozzarella and avocado every day for breakfast, and she couldn't stand the smell. She asked me to stop. I refused. My parents got involved. I had to stop. There were problems with other food too, and I had to stop cooking them. I was told I must be more accommodating because she's pregnant. Like that's my problem. Then Jill started to boss me around. We were alone for 8 hours while my parents and Jack worked. She obviously thought I would be her personal maid. I refused. She threw a temper tantrum, like always, and I again had a big fight with Jack and my parents. I was told that she had a high-risk pregnancy and was on bed rest, and that I'm an asshole for not helping her. I told Jack that he knocked her up, it's his responsibility. I stood my ground, and in the end, Jill's cousin came to help her sometimes. Then Jill gave birth to my nephew. I congratulated them when they came home, and that is it. I don't like babies, so I mostly keep to myself now. But that doesn't stop Jill to ask for favors. Please watch the baby while I take a quick shower. Please watch it while I make myself some food, etc. Dude, he called the baby it. I always refuse, and we all have new fights over and over again. It all came to a head last Friday when she asked me to watch my nephew while she goes to the pharmacy for baby formula. I refused. She got mad and we had a fight. She grabbed her purse to go away, and I told her that the moment she walks out the door, I will call the police for child abandonment. I was serious, and she knew it. She broke down and screamed what a horrible human being I am, and then she ran to her room. She had a complete mental breakdown. When Jack and my parents came home, we had the biggest fight yet. Jack accused me of hating Jill and my nephew, upon other things. I told him I refused to bond because they will weaponize him against me. My parents told me enough is enough, that they can't believe they raised such a selfish human being, and that either I help or I move out. I'm thinking of second opinion. Am I the asshole? Okay, remember we had the edit where he clarifies that he works from home and pays 50% of everything, including the mortgage. And this is where my opinion initially defaults to. He pays half of everything. He should get a say. He didn't even know that they were moving in. No one consulted him about that. He should have had some say in that. And since he pays for half of everything, think of this like a roommate situation. Two of the roommates are paying for everything. One of them invites another person to come live with them without having to pay anything, and then the other one that is paying for things that didn't know they were coming starts getting bossed around and asked to do a bunch of shit they don't want to do. Without the family element involved, this guy is clearly not the asshole, and the parents are, for making this situation happen in the first place. The wife and OP obviously have some beef. And I don't know why the wife wouldn't just take the baby with her to the pharmacy. It's obviously easier if you have someone there that can watch the kid while you do that because it is more complicated to take a baby out, but she's got to get used to it. Having a baby can't stop you from living unless there's some condition that the baby can't go out for. Assuming there is none of that, she wants to leave him with you just because she's lazy and doesn't want to have to deal with the extra work involved. And judging from everything else that's happened with her, I'd say there's a high likelihood of that happening. Now, the things that happened when she was pregnant, without knowing how to handle those situations, you probably just escalated right along with it. And you were probably unknowingly an asshole in a lot of those situations. If you were actually going to call it in for child abandonment, I'm 50-50 on it being a real asshole move or not. I think using it as a scare tactic was warranted. You're standing up for yourself and drawing a line. You've drawn it over and over and over again. And guess what? She and your brother are like the guy who ended up sleeping on the couch in the apartment who doesn't pay for anything. They don't really get to give other people jobs, and they don't get a vote. If your parents want to lower the amount that you're paying to reflect the decreased vote that you actually have, then that's your choice, and you can decide to accept that and to have a smaller vote and to deal with that bullshit. Or knowing that you're paying 50% of all household expenses and this is an extremely uncomfortable situation, dude, just fucking move out. At some point, standing your ground and fighting this fight over and over again is just choosing to do battle and be an asshole based on principle when you could just move out. And unless your parents need you to be paying that extra 50%, you can just tell them that your brother needs to be paying that 50%. Move out. That's the easiest solution to all of this.